Black History Month, I promise you. Okay, this has to do with finding out who you are, where you fit. We call it genealogy. People who trace their family history, we are an unusual group. And I'm just going to tell you my take on why. A lot of times people ask, well, why do you do that? Why do you do that? I promise you there are a million reasons that we could just sit down if we wanted to talk about a million reasons, but I'm just going to give you 3 reasons, some logic I'm going to say, about doing genealogy, and hope to maybe inspire you into just digging a little bit. With the advent of the internet, it's so easy to find people that we once thought were lost to us. People trace their families for different reasons, medical reasons. I don't know who I am. I don't know who I resemble. There's some stuff going on in the family we call secrets, any number of reasons. So maybe you just sat at the knee of your grandmother and listened to stories and got so intrigued by that you know, your curiosity just piqued one day and you decided to look further into it. I want to give you a personal perspective. To be educated in America, you must know certain things. You're expected to know math. Just basic math. You need to know how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide. If you don't know how to do those things, you're not considered as educated. You're also expected to know things about the world around you. But in that education process, you're also expected to know some history about different places, different states you haven't even visited, some states you'll never see. But you're also expected to know something about people that you'll never meet. People that have no significance to you at all. But in order for you to have an education, those are one of the expectations. Now, I submit to you that how can you be educated if you're educated about people that you don't know, places that you'll never visit, haven't seen, worlds apart from where you are, and not be educated about yourself, your family, your roots, where you started, where your family started. So that's just one way of looking at why. Why look? Another reason is to answer those unanswered questions. Who do I look like? Why do I act this way? I'm going to tell you this. I used to think that it's just me. And you know, it's a certain age that you get to. I don't know about men, but I know women. It's a certain age you get to. You say, well, that's just how I am. That's just how I am. And if I hear you say that, or anyone say that, that says to me, you don't know a whole lot about your family, because once you start getting into your family, that's just how they are too. And so, you know, so that's another reason, to answer some of those unanswered questions. Who is he? You know, we've gone too long with those unanswered questions. There's some of us, we have families, we have no idea who some people are. There are some people who still call their grandmother Big Mom. And if you ask them for any more detail, they're at a loss. Well, where was she from? I think, but she, But they can tell you about the basketball scores and tell you about some sports figures' lives. They can tell you details about people unknown to their family, but known to the world. But they cannot answer specific questions about their own families. So one of the reasons to do another reason is to answer those unanswered questions. And finally, and to me, the most important reason to do your genealogy is because you are here because of the struggles of someone who came before you. And in respect to them, why did they live? Did they live just to be forgotten by you? Are you living so well? Are things so comfortable for you and your life in your neighborhood, in your nice car, at your job, where you're stressed out by minor things? Have you just forgotten your relatives, your ancestors, who we all can talk about struggle if we're reading a history book or in a class or just having a monthly celebration? But what about the real people? What about the forgotten ones? What about the ones who were actually on the slave ships? What about the ones who were actually picking cotton? What about the ones who were crying over things that they could do nothing about? And I'm not talking race here, I'm talking people. I'm talking struggle. What about the ones that didn't have a dishwasher? Jeez, what did they do? They were our people. Is it okay that we forget you? Is it okay that your life is just erased from the records? If it's okay that your life is erased from the records, then it's okay that you forget the people who came before us. I'm not talking a generation. I'm talking from the very, very, very beginning. We may never get there, but think about, if you can, imagine the pride that your ancestor, humble as they were, as humble as they were, if they just could get a glimpse of you in your comfortableness that came as a result of their struggle and enduring and not giving up. Just imagine the pride they would take in you, knowing that you took time out of your busy, 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 busy life just to find out more about them. We're in a celebration mode. We're in a celebration mode. It's so easy for us to celebrate ourselves, our accomplishments, the raise, the job, the financial benefits of just being in America. But can we celebrate how we got here? Those would be our ancestors. So I'm going to ask you, let's celebrate someone other than ourselves. Let's celebrate the forgotten ones, the ones that we give credit for getting us here, healthy, alive, and worried about some very small things compared to them. All right? Yeah. All right, let's get this celebrated.
Always inspired by Doris, and she'll be back to do some more spoken word, I know. But in the meantime, we're going to bring Adrian back up, and he's